Hello and welcome, my friends. This is Jennifer from Mystic Star. I want to thank you guys so very much for joining me today and watching my weekly reading for the week of March 14th through to the 20th. This week is truly amazing, my friends. In the middle of the week, we have St. Patrick's Day, and then at the end of the week, we end off on Spring Equinox. There are so many more opportunities with these two very celebratory days that this week, well, the only thing that's going to hold us back is truly us. It's time that we put things into gear. We have the Spring Equinox coming in. We have that luck shifting gears. I couldn't think of two better decks to support us in exploring how we can really embrace all the week has in store for us, while still helping us to see some of those stumbles than the Witchling Tarot and then the Enchanted Map Oracle. I've topped it all off with the Sovereign Oracle's Inspired Living expansion pack. I felt the three of these decks really will work together to let us know how we can embrace these energies and see those challenges that we're going to have to face this week. Like always, I have links below to all these amazing decks, so should they speak to you, you can go check them out for yourselves. And for this week, my friends, the selections I have, of course, we have some Tiger Iron, some Selenite, and some Rose Quartz. I want you to choose whichever crystal resonates with you the most right now. It may not be your favorite crystal, however, it's the one you can't keep your eyes off of. And then head into the description box below. There you're going to find timestamps. Click on the crystal's correlating timestamp. It's going to take you straight to your reading. And I will see you there, my friends. Hello and welcome, my Tiger Iron friends. This reading is especially for you. Now, like always, I have the full decks of both the tarot and the oracle cards here, so you get the most comprehensive and meaningful reading for you. Without further ado, let's see what the week has in store for my Tiger Iron friends. What can my Tiger Iron friends expect from the week of March 14th through the 20th? Slow and steady. Such a beautiful card. It talks about that slow and steady progression. Like I said, there's a lot of amazing opportunities this week, and it can be easily overwhelming. We can start to get frustrated by all these opportunities and not knowing how to embrace them, how they bring in meaning, and, well, what's more, physically, how do we do it? Taking things slow and steady, being present in the here and now, will support us in making the best decision for us. We don't want to get caught up in past experiences, those heartaches and fears, nor do we want to get hyper-focused in on the future. Sure, both play an important role in our journey. However, when we're very mindful and we ensure that we are functioning from a present state, we're able to see how to go forward. And when we're uncertain, we have the ability to use our words and ask for the help that we need. That guidance, that nurturing, whatever it may be. If we're racing forward, we're missing opportunities. We're missing experiences that may be essential for our growth, our development, and of course, the journey that we signed up for. When we are okay with taking that time, and we're okay with embracing all that's around us, that's when we're going to truly experience and embrace the opportunities that are right in front of us. I know it can be really hard because a lot of us just want that reward. We don't want to have to work for it, and we don't want to have to wait for it. However, that delayed gratification, it does pay off. We just need to be patient, trust in ourselves, and trust in the universe. So, we know things have to go slow and steady. Let's gain some more insight into this. What should my, that one, Tiger Iron friends focus in on this week? Steep. Think about it. Make a cup of tea. Take a hot bath. Slow and steady. I really enjoy how the Sovereign Oracle really reinforces what it is I'm saying. We need to assess, reflect, and enjoy our present. Have that cup of tea and smell some roses. It does sound hokey, but it will invigorate you. We have a tendency, like I said, to want to race forward. And our ego loves us to do this because we start to stumble and fall. Because we're going too fast. We don't have the foundation and the stability for that sustained growth. And when we do stumble and fall, our ego likes to cause regression. So we go backwards, and it's harder for us to progress forward because then we add the element of fear. So, taking that time, having that cup of tea, and enjoying the here and now, it truly goes a long way in embracing the opportunities that are right here and right now. So, we know we need to slow down, have a cup of tea, and let's get into this week. What can my Tiger Iron friends expect from the beginning of the week? I love it. The Fool. The 0 card in the Major Arcana. Like I just said, we need to trust in ourselves and trust in the universe. Plus, start to enjoy our journey. We're not here to cause ourselves more heartache and pain. We're here to learn, experience, and grow. And we can't do any of those if we're caught up in the fast-paced hustle and bustle. This is a relatively new experience for humanity where we're go, 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 where we miss out on a lot of opportunities, a lot of amazing wonder and beauty that's here all around us. So we're starting off on the beginning of the week with taking that time, being present, slowing down, and enjoying all the beauty and wonder that the beginning of the week offers you. Because there's a lot. We just have a tendency to miss it. Because we're so caught up in the busyness of our lives. So, taking that time and embracing that beauty, that joy that is right here, that is right now. All right, so we know we need to slow down, enjoy what we're doing, and let's head off to the middle of the week. That's important. My Tiger Iron friends expect from the middle of the week? The Three of Pentacles. Like I said, we are going to need to ask for the help that we need. Be open to help, support, and guidance. The Three of Pentacles talks about cooperation, working together to get the job done. This is true. We were never meant to do this journey alone, nor should we. We need to take that time, connect into our supports, whether that be on the physical plane or in the spiritual. Working with ourselves, working with our supports to get that job done. To enjoy this process. Enjoy this journey. Learning together, experiencing together, and growing together. It's going to be an important element that we need to start to incorporate into the weeks that are going to come forward. Like I said, many of us are trying to do this journey alone, and we shouldn't be trying to do that. We have a support team. We need to use them to our advantage. Now, in the middle of the week, like I said, we do have that St. Patrick's Day coming in. And it doesn't matter what ethnicity or culture you come from. You still have the ability to embrace that luck and that joy that comes with St. Patrick's Day. This luck and joy, this happiness, really reinforces living in the here and now. And the reason why I say that anyone can embrace this energy is, well, true, you can, because it's there. There are individuals of different race, culture, and background who are embracing that lucky St. Patrick's, those little leprechauns. That energy is there. Should you acknowledge it and bring it into your day? Have a little bit of fun with it and enjoy this amazing energy. Of course, using it to your advantage. That successful and prosperous energy can really help to invigorate you and motivate you to the opportunities that are present in your life, in your everyday. We just need to acknowledge them. Acknowledge what's happening in the here and now. So many of us know how to connect in with our physical support team. Yes, it's more challenging than it's been in many, many decades. However, we have the technology. We know how to use it. The more challenging aspect of the middle of the week is going to be connecting in with that spiritual support team. And I know many of us feel that there's only a select few who have this ability. Well, newsflash, guys. No, we all do. We all have it. We just have varying degrees of using that skill. So the middle of the week would be a fantastic time for you to start to strengthen your abilities. And I have a meditation that can support you with that. Months ago, I created a meditation with Archangel Raziel where we worked on your intuition and your intuitive skills. Now, if you're new to my channel and aren't too sure about this meditation I'm talking about, I have 2 meditative playlists. One is Healing with the Archangels, where you'll find that meditation with Archangel Raziel. The second is a Just You and Me series, where it's just you and me working on skills and tools to support you in on your journey. Both playlists have meditations that are about 30 minutes long. They're all guided, and most importantly, they are free for you to use and revisit as you need. So taking that time in the middle of the week and spending some time with Archangel Raziel to work on that connection and your intuition. Now, anytime you meditate, that really does help you bring yourself into the here and now. You're focusing in on your breath, you're calming your system, you're balancing out your system, and you're opening yourself up to some amazing insight and support. So, meditation is truly a win-win situation, and 30 minutes is quite easy to tuck into your day to support you as you need. So the middle of the week, I would encourage that connection in with Archangel Raziel to support you in not only invigorating you, but helping you gain that guidance on where it is you need to go and how you need to move forward in this slow, steady pace. All right, let's head off to the end of the week. What does the end of the week bring my Tiger Iron friends? The Wheel of Fortune. How fantastic and beautiful. The end of the week, you're looking at that shift. You're starting to shift perspectives. You have a greater understanding. And what's more, you have that amazing spring equinox supporting you, helping you to embrace new and emerging aspects and pieces to incorporate into this journey. So at the end of the week, we are looking at embracing those changes that are coming forward. We have, of course, the spring equinox at the end of the week that's going to help us with that growth, that development, and continuing this cycle of evolution and progression. It's up to us to slow down and embrace these amazing aspects, elements, and pieces that are coming into play. There's a lot of emerging skills, abilities, and possibilities that are coming forward with the spring equinox. However, it's going to be up to us to embrace them, to nurture and cultivate them for our greater good. That is something that will come forward in the weeks to come. However, that very clear and present focus is going to be important here and in the future. So this is what the week is offering you. Let's go on to see what the challenge is this week. What challenge? Whoa! Will my Tiger Iron friends face for the week of March 14th through the 20th? The Three of Swords. Not surprising to see this card. Of course, that heartache, that pain is going to slow us down. A lot of times why we avoid being in the present is because of past pain and future concerns. We don't want to sit in the here and now. We'd rather be hiding in the past or in the future. We need to start to release some of this pain so it's not such a barrier. One of the ways we can do that, well, is through a meditation I did with Archangel Metatron. It's a fantastic healing meditation where we start to release some of this pain, some of this burden that you're holding on to. When we start to release that pain, well, it's not so much of a barrier anymore. The important element here will be that release, because that pain, that heartache, it will sit with you until you start to release it. Now, an important element of releasing heartache and pain is not to relive it. We don't want to re-traumatize ourselves. So, releasing it on a global or as a whole will support us in not re-traumatizing ourselves. So being mindful of that as we go through that healing process, because healing is one of the aspects that we signed up for. We want to heal ourselves on our present timeline, in what we call past lifetimes, and, well, that generational trauma that we carry in our biological DNA. There's a lot of trauma and pain that we're trying to heal. So taking some time, a little bit here and there, goes a long way in supporting us in releasing and healing that pain that slows us down so much. All right, we know that it's there, so we need to start to heal and care for ourselves. Let's look at some other ways that we can support ourselves and, well, take care of ourselves. Let's go into some blessings. What blessing can my Tiger Eye friends embrace for the week of March 14th through the 20th? Metamorphosis. Know that even this small shift of slowing down and allowing that steady movement, that steady step, is part of the metamorphosis or the overall change that you're looking for. Like I said, it's so easy to speed our way through some of this and miss out, and then stumble and fall and have our ego pull us backwards. So know that this is part of your plan. It's how you're really going to move yourself forward on a more stable and consistent basis. You're not racing through things. You're not missing things. You're evolving as a caterpillar evolves into a butterfly. It takes time, and we need to be okay with that. Commitment. Such a pretty card. This isn't commitment to others or relationships. This is a commitment that you gave yourself. Like I said, we all signed up for a journey. We signed up for this lifetime. We have a commitment to ourselves to follow through, to do what it is we wanted to do for our greater good. So, taking it one step at a time, working in the here and now, while starting to also simultaneously do a little bit of healing. A little bit here and there does go a long way in the long run. We have the time. Let's use it to our advantage and really find meaning and fulfillment in what it is we're doing. Now we're going to end off this reading with any final insight, wisdom, and guidance that we can share with my Tiger Iron friends for the week of March 14th through the 20th. Another major arcana, the Hermit. He's the 9th card in the major arcana, and he talks about that inner journey, that understanding of self. The more we understand ourselves, the more we understand that resistance, that heartache, that fear. And we understand more fully on where it is we're trying to head and what it is we're trying to do. Right now, we still have a lot of uncertainty. That uncertainty, of course, causes more heartache and fear. So knowledge is a key element in supporting us in this growth, in our development. Taking this time for you will support you in that long run. The more you understand about you, the more you're able to really highlight and embrace all your amazing skills and abilities to help you over the challenges that you're facing. The Six of Swords. It's a movement card reminding us that no matter what heartache and pain we're carrying, we still need to move forward. We can't lay down and play dead. We need to make sure that we continue that forward progression, no matter how challenging it is. Additionally, this card reminds us that we're not alone. We have that support team. We just need to, again, use our words and ask for the help that we need. And what's more, be open to what it is we receive, because the support can come in many ways, and some of it may not be how we expect it. And that unexpected support is sometimes the most meaningful. Know that we will be looking at doing a little bit of healing, but we can't remove all of it. We can do what we can and continue ourselves forward, pushing through on that slow and steady step. I love this version of the Devil. It's the 15th card in the Major Arcana. Just a gentle reminder that this isn't going to be as easy as I've laid it out. Your ego will try and slow you down in any way, in every form it can. Misdirection, trying to push you forward faster, getting you in that run space, trying to overwhelm you. Of course, that pain, that fear, minimizing thoughts, limiting beliefs, negative self-talk. Your ego has quite the arsenal. Know that it will try and keep you right where you're at. It doesn't want you to step outside your comfort zone. Know that you have the ability to start to remove that collar, remove that leash. It's hard to see in this card, in this depiction, but in the original card that Pamela Coleman Smith drew in the original Rider-Waite, there were two naked beings and then that quintessential devil. Well, they had chains around their neck. However, it was easy for them to slip them off. It's harder to see in this depiction. It looks like she doesn't have that control. However, know that you do have that control. You do have that ability to take back your power. It's just going to be up to you to do so. And I can support you in that a little bit. I do have a couple meditations that may help you. One of them is with Archangel Raguel, where we start to balance out those thoughts and beliefs you have about you, helping you to take back a little bit more power, a little bit more control over some of those negative thoughts we have about ourselves. The second, and I really love this one, is one that I did with Archangel Uriel that helps you step into that power, helps to invigorate that courage and determination to help step out of that darkness, step into your power and into the light. These are easy ways that you can start to take back that control and start to embrace that amazing individual that you are. I want to thank you guys so very much for joining me today and watching this video. I hope that you found this video fun and helpful, and you're able to gain some insight and direction into what the week is offering you. If you like this video, please remember to give it a thumbs up. It helps me be found on the sea of YouTube, which supports us collectively, starting to raise our vibration and getting ourselves unstuck. And if you did like this video, don't forget to subscribe. There's so much more coming your way, and you don't want to miss any of it. The best way to stay connected so you don't miss out on any of this amazing insight, healing, and education is through subscribing to my channel and hitting that little red bell so you don't miss a video. And also, if you did enjoy this video and want to support me making more, I do have a Patreon page. I have provided a link below, so why not go check it out? Until tomorrow, my Tiger Iron friends. Hello and welcome, my Selenite friends. This reading is especially for you. Now, like always, I have the full decks of both tarot and both oracle cards here, so you get the most comprehensive and meaningful reading for you. Without further ado, let's see what the week has in store for my Selenite friends. What can my Selenite friends expect from the week of March 14th through the 20th? Such a great card. Magical Map Shifter. We all brought very different skills, abilities, and tools with us on this journey. And some of these aspects we know, others we don't. We haven't acknowledged them yet. And each of these aspects and skills are going to support us on our journey. Now, like I said at the introduction, at the end of the week, we're going to be blessed with the Spring Equinox. Some of these skills and abilities are starting to emerge. We need to take some time this week to acknowledge them, to embrace them, because they are going to be key elements in our movement forward, helping us to create a better understanding of where it is we need to go, or helping us to clearly depict that map. So this week is about acknowledging and understanding us on a deeper level. It's going to be a fantastic week. Let's get a little bit more information. We know that there's going to be emerging aspects because we need to have a better idea of what we brought, of what tools, abilities, and skills are going to be needed. Let's see what else we can find out. What should my Selenite friends focus in on this week? Nourish. Eat something that makes your body sing with delight. Give your body a gift of love, connection. Is what you're doing right now nourishing you? Like I just said, we need to give back to us. Taking that time to understand us better. Part of this nourishment, yes, is about the food and drink we eat. However, it's also about taking that time, slowing down, and deburdening us. Taking some of that weight off our shoulders so we have the time and energy to start to engage with what's right at hand, what's right in front of us. Of course, our choices on how we fuel ourselves are going to come into play. The more we're able to make choices for our greater good, with whether that be acknowledging what we're doing or what we're eating and drinking, what we're bringing into our body, well, of course, the higher our vibration, which of course helps us to acknowledge some of these amazing opportunities that are all around us. We need a high vibration to be able to acknowledge elements, aspects, and opportunities that are right here and right now. if we have those blinders on, we're not going to see them. They're going to go unnoticed. So this week we need to set some intentions and be very intentional with what it is we're doing. And no, it doesn't need to be all doom and gloom and, oh, I got to get this work done. I have to spend time with myself. I have to start to acknowledge things. No. The first thing on this nourishment or nourish card, eat something that makes your body sing with delight. This shouldn't feel overwhelming or add to your burden. Like I just said, we need to deburden ourselves. Because when we have that excitement and that enthusiasm, things shine a lot brighter. Being very intentional with our energy and our perspective. If you think this is going to feel overwhelming and add added burden to you, well, guess what? You'll be right. However, if you say, okay, this is going to be great, I'm really excited about this, guess what? You'll be right too. That intention, it's everything. So, let's intentionally get into this week. What can my Selenite friends expect from the beginning of the week? The Hermit. Well, that's not surprising, is it? We need to understand what it is we brought. Well, we need to do some reflection. What do we know right now? What is it that's right in front of us that we've been missing? Because we all have it. There are elements and aspects and pieces that we have been ignoring. We've been resistant to them because they're unknown. And unknown, well, that's kind of scary. And scary aggravates our ego, which brings in that resistance, that fear. Taking that time, sitting down with your spiritual binder, and starting to look at what you know right here and right now. Now, if you're new to my channel and don't know what a spiritual binder is, well, it's just what it sounds like. It's a binder where you can start to put down this insight, this reflection that's going to help you. Many people talk about having a little spiritual journal that they carry around with them or something. However, I find with those little books, you miss out. They're not so supportive in adding in a lot of information. They have a very strict format. Whereas a binder, you can add in all sorts of stuff. So I find that binder format much more flexible and forgiving. So having that binder, having that pen, and sitting down with you and looking at what it is you understand and what it is you want to understand more of. Taking that time for you will really pay off in mapping stuff out, helping you to have a better understanding of these elements and pieces that you brought you may not be acknowledging that are right in front of you. So let's go on to the middle of the week. What can my Selenite friends expect from the middle of the week? I kind of like how in this deck, the Hermit is almost looking backwards in a weekly reading. And we do need to reflect backwards a little bit so we have an understanding of what we know. And then, like in any good library, there's knowledge all around you. Slowing down and looking at what books, what tools, what abilities you brought with you. The Four of Pentacles. And of course, that growth. with the Four of Pentacles, you are looking at that very stable energy. And of course, we have that pentacle, so we're looking at that growth and abundance. This understanding is going to flow throughout most of the week, very much bringing you that stability, because there's, well, stability in the knowledge. It helps you to understand where you need to send some of your energy and focus your time on these different aspects that you want to understand more fully. The middle of the week, you are going to feel very stable, very comfortable. We have to be mindful not to get caught up and stuck here. Because like I said, there's a lot of unknown, and our ego likes to keep us stagnant and stuck. Really embracing that fear of the unknown. Making sure that we continue that growth, that understanding. Pushing ourselves out of our comfort zone, because she is very comfortable here. There's a lot of comfort and stability. However, there is also stagnation here. It's really easy to get caught up in this comfort, in this stability. We do need to push ourselves out of our comfort zone so that we can start to embrace these emerging unknown elements. Now, additionally, in the middle of the week, we have St. Patrick's Day. That very luck, fun-filled energy. It doesn't matter what your nationality is, we all have that ability to tap into that luck and that prosperity. Why? Because it's going to be an energy that is in play globally. There are people from Irish descent and non-Irish descent that really get into that St. Patrick's Day fun and, well, frivolity. Taking that time to embrace that very lucky and prosperous energy. That's going to help with that growth. It's also going to ease some of that instability, because we're starting to shift our energies. Like I said, that energy perspective, it's important. That intention, super important. So when we intentionally connect into energies, embracing them and using them, of course, to our advantage, well, you're going to see that perspective shift, right? You're going to see things fall into place a lot more. Now, one of the ways that I can help you to engage and embrace this energy is through a meditation that I did with Archangel Brachiel. And what we did was we focused in on embracing that energy of success. Now, if you're new to my channel and don't know about my meditations, I have 2 meditative playlists. One is Healing with the Archangels, where you'll find Archangel Brachiel's meditation, and another is called Just You and Me, where it's just you and me working on a skill or an ability that's going to help you to overcome the challenges you're facing. All my meditations are about 30 minutes long. They're a guided meditation, and most importantly, they're free for you to visit and revisit as you need. That meditation with Archangel Brachiel will support you in engaging in and embracing this amazing opportunity that the middle of the week is offering. I know he's not a very well-known archangel. However, I think that's about to change. There's more of an understanding that there are many archangels that we haven't worked with and may not have known their names. However, they're going to play important roles in our experience, in our journey in this lifetime. Because we do, in an energetical way, remember them. Because when we are in that spirit form, we work with them a lot. So, let's go into the end of the week. What can my Selenite friends expect from the end of the week. And something about the Four of Pentacles that I didn't mention, a lot of times we kind of feel a little bit blah and overwhelmed with a lot of reflection. It can kind of build up on us. The middle of the week is going to give us that pause to rejuvenate a little bit, helping us to reground and restabilize ourselves. And that's important. That stability is very important. Oh, such a beautiful card. The 8th card in the Major Arcana. We have Strength. Strength talks about using, well, not only our skills and our abilities, but using them in our own way. We can't just copy others. We have to have that ownership, which comes with understanding, right? So having that ownership and connection to what it is we can do. Because when we do that, that's when we can start to tame our beasts. Tame our beasts. Overcome the impossible. When we slow down and connect in to ourselves, our higher selves, and that high vibrational energy, our support team, the universe, we're able to truly embrace and gain that guidance on using those skills, on using those abilities in ways we'd never thought of before. We were never meant to do this journey alone, and we shouldn't try. We need that support, that understanding to connect in to pieces and elements that we've forgotten, helping us to start to connect the dots about ourselves a little bit more, helping us to live a more authentic life, which of course helps us to raise our vibration tremendously. And we are able to start to realign ourselves to our soul's deeper purpose. The majority of humanity has started to really wander away from that soul's deeper purpose. To be honest, the individuals who are living their soul's deeper purpose the most are children. They haven't been tainted by society's beliefs and expectations. I'm not saying we need to disband those. However, we do need to make some shifts for our greater good that will help us to really step in to our own power through that authentic understanding. So, this week we're really looking at that knowledge. And that knowledge will truly set us free. So we know that we have an amazing opportunity to understand ourselves better, understand these emerging aspects, these pieces that we have packed with ourselves that needed time to grow and start to poke through some of that fluffiness that our ego had set up to protect us. Things are starting to shift so that we can embrace these amazing opportunities, these amazing aspects of self that are coming forward. So that's what the week is offering us. Let's look at the challenge. Knowing what the week is offering us and knowing the challenge really does set us up for some success this week. What challenge will my Selenite friends face for the week of March 14th through the 20th? Something I should mention before we get going. We have a major arcana, a minor, a major. That balance of double major is important. When we have that kind of sandwich effect within a reading, we're talking about that balance. That balance within us is going to support us in not only helping to maintain that stability, but to be open to the insight and wisdom that's going to be shared with us. Additionally, we do have two major arcana, So this week really does help us to connect in to that bigger life experience, our journey, because that's what the major arcana talks about, are those bigger elements in play. The minor arcana talks about that everyday experience. The King of Pentacles. This is an odd deck because the creator and illustrator decided to only have one actual male character in the Emperor. However, the kings still denote that masculine energy. Now, the King of Pentacles, who's usually known as Midas Touch, talks about that growth, that prosperity. And that's what we're going to be questioning the most. Our ego is really going to resist this week, as this week talks about, well, change. And change is a scary word to your ego. Your ego likes to keep you in that little box. And change, well, that starts to push the limits and boundaries to that box. This week, we are going to really question and be a little bit unsettled with the outstanding questions that we have. We're not going to have all the answers that we want to really feel confident in what it is we're doing. We're going to question how this week will support us with that prosperity, that stability and growth, because we're not going to be able to see it as fully as we'd hoped, as fully as our ego wants us to. So taking that time, like I said, right here on Wednesday or in the middle of the week, we need to be focusing in on that grounding. One of the ways we can do that is through a grounding meditation that I did with Archangel Ariel. In that meditation, well, that's what we looked at, is that grounding. And Archangel Ariel can really help ground us like never before. The more grounded we are, of course, the more open we are to that insight. The more we're going to be able to take these small, steady steps. And that's another piece this week. We don't want to be jumping in and acting on everything. At the beginning of the week, we want to be open to all the information, to assess our current situation, to look at where we want to go forward, and be open to added elements, added aspects that we may not know about, or we've been resisting for some time. And if there's resistance, look into it so that you understand that resistance. There's something there, and why is it that it is causing you such challenge? Why do you resist it? And then as we go in through the week, we're looking at how we can incorporate it into our everyday in our own way. Well, that again, it's a slow process. If we jump in head first at things, well, yeah, we're going to find that we recoil and we start to regress. Because again, our ego likes to keep us quote unquote safe. So small, steady steps, you're going to find more progression, more maintainable, sustainable shifts and changes in your life. And that's what this is about, is making those maintainable shifts. Taking off those blinders, starting to acknowledge the opportunities that are all around you. Using your skills and your abilities to your greater good. We all have them. They're all unique and amazing. It's just we don't always acknowledge them. So taking it slow will also support us in really understanding what it is we know, what it is we don't know, and how we need to go forward on both aspects. Like I said earlier, the more intentional we are, the more we're going to get out of this week. Taking it slow and using your head. Because when we use our head, those critical thinking skills, those assessment tools, our ego can't hold up to it. That's when we're going to get the answers that we want. Additionally, like I said, that grounding energy, that will also support us. When we're grounded and we're asking those questions, we're going to start to turn the king from an obstacle to an ally. We're going to start to have those aha moments. That growth and that prosperity will come forward. Like I said, we're going to see it in the middle of the week too. We're going to have that foundation to grow from. We just need to encourage ourselves to embrace it a little bit more. It's amazing how we can start to slow ourselves and in some cases stop ourselves from embracing some amazing opportunities from that growth and that prosperity because of fear and doubt. All right, so that's what the week looks like. Let's see what else we can add on with some blessings here. What blessing? Whoa! Can my Selenite friends embrace for the week of March 14th through the 20th? Dragon's Lair. Many of us feel like we are kind of caught in this very cold and almost snow-like environment. The last year has caused some disconnection, has caused some isolation. Know that your space and your home is a foundational point. You shouldn't feel like it's holding you back. It should be a space of strength and stability, not of one of sadness and isolation. We need to use our creativity and our technology to our advantage to help reconnect us in, to help us reach out to those who would support us on our journey. Help us with some of this reflection. Like I said, we need to nourish us. And part of that nourishment is also that connection. Because just like a dragon, you have that protection. You have that support. We just haven't been accessing it as much as we should be. We've been kind of cocooning ourselves, hermiting ourselves in a not so productive way. It's time to make those connections and de-thaw things a bit, helping that spring to truly emerge, that growth, that development to encompass and support you. Metamorphosis. That growth, that development, it's here. It's about you taking that time and energy and allowing it to occur. Like I said, that resistance, sometimes we are truly our worst nightmare. We so desperately want a shift and change to occur. We can't wait for others to do it. We need to start to work on our own shift, our own development. Because when we are an active participant in our life, that's when you start to see things occur. You start to see the universe support us by allowing things to fall into place a lot easier, allowing added supports, and then bringing forth opportunities that we can't even imagine because we're too caught up in what it is we're dealing with. that disconnection, that isolation, those burdens, those challenges that we're facing. The list is long. I know, I get it. However, we have the opportunity to start to make some choices for our greater good. Taking small steps, taking those energetical shifts will support us even more with what it is we're hoping to achieve. So let's end this reading with any further insight, wisdom, support, whoa, that's important, and guidance I can share with my Selenite friends for the week of March 14th through the 20th. So let's start with this one, because this one wanted out really quick. The Queen of Cups, the second most intuitive card in the deck, reminding us that intuition is important. Those intuitive skills are going to help us now more than ever. No matter what your skill level is with your intuition and working with that high vibrational support team, it's going to be important that this week you take a little bit of time and you attempt it. You start to strengthen those skills. I do have a meditation with Archangel Raziel where we worked on that intuitional skill. Intuition, we all have it. We all have the ability to strengthen those skills and gain that guidance that we're looking for. Many people I know believe that only a certain few have the ability to connect in with the high vibrational beings, with passed on loved ones, using your intuition and your clairs. It's not true. We all have it. Some of us, we excel in it a little bit more because we've strengthened that skill. Just like an artist. Some people are stronger in working with that artistic skill. Again, another skill set. Taking that time and connecting in. Taking that time and slowing down will support you in gaining that insight that we're looking for. Now, another way that we can start to connect into this intuition is through creativity. No, you don't have to be an artist to be creative. It's however you find meaning in expressing yourself in whatever way and format that expression comes out. That's creativity. We're getting out of our head when we're in a creative mode. We're not focusing in on the challenges, on the burdens. We're focusing in on what's bringing us joy and happiness, that creativity. That allows the high vibrational beings to use this time to their advantage and bring in those aha moments. That's why when we're in our creative mode, a lot of times we become even more inspired, more invigorated. And that's why the high vibrational beings can use this time and encourage you forward. So the Queen is encouraging you this week, especially when we're feeling lost, when we're feeling disconnected. Take that time, pause, and give yourself a little bit of time to embrace your creativity. It will help you with those aha moments. That's not a card everybody loves. The Tower, the 16th card in the Major Arcana. Shift, well, that's the name of the game this week. Whether the shift comes through your decision and actions or that of the universe, you are looking at that shift occurring. The universe has sat back and allowed you to sit in stagnation. However, it is time that we have that shift forward. The shift, like I said, we can take control of it. Or if we choose not to, the universe will support us in that shift no matter what. The tower is in play, that shift is coming forward. And of course, depending on our actions, will depend on the severity and the outcome. So if we start to work towards where we want to be or where we should be, you're going to get a little bit of a nudge forward. If you put your head in the sand and be an ostrich, you gave the universe a really nice target to shift your butt. So your intentions and your choices are going to matter this week. And a big part of this, guys, we don't want to just say, oh, this is a great idea. Sure, I'll get on that. We need to start to actually do it. Not just saying, yeah, reflection, that knowledge, that would be really useful right now. We actually have to give ourselves time, energy, and most importantly, permission to get going on this. The universe is not going to push us any more than what we need. If we're moving already, those small, steady steps forward, this is just going to be a little nudge. And it's not going to be as challenging, and you're not going to have as much to clean up afterwards if we're working with the universe rather than resisting it. I know the tower always brings in a lot of anxiety for people, but it's the universe reminding you there's only so much stop that is going to be tolerated before, well, you're going to get pushed into gear. And finally, the Four of Cups. We're looking at embracing what has been right in front of us and that we've been missing. We've been so hyper-focused in on aspects and pieces that were right in front of us. We always knew they were there. We've been working on those hopes, those dreams, those expectations that people, society, those around us had created. And we too could have been part of that creation. However, the universe has been encouraging us to embrace opportunities, aspects and pieces that we've been resistant and ignoring. The universe is now going to be very clear that that shift has to occur. It's up to us to take that deep breath and be mindful of what's right in front of us and embrace it. If we play the victim, well, guess what? We're not going to learn. We're not going to break this pattern. If we play victim from the change that needs to occur this week, and we just cross our arms and pout, well, the tower, it's going to come back. And it's going to come back stronger than ever, causing more heartache and pain. Resistance? Well, resistance is futile, my friends. We need to move ourselves forward. And that's exactly what this week is going to bring us. We just need to be open and start to engage with what the universe is trying to share with us. Now, of course, we do have the Four of Cups and the Four of Pentacles. In angel messages, when you have that multiple four, the angels are telling you that this is a time to focus in on our foundation and our stability. Of course, that can be challenging with the tower in play. However, when we're focusing in on that foundation, that stability, well, it's a lot easier to grow from. Like I said way back when, that grounded energy, it's going to be important. I have that meditation with Archangel Ariel I also have a meditation in my Just You and Me series where we focus in on that stability. 2 separate meditations that help with that foundation, that help to bring in an energy that is conducive to the growth and the shifting that we want to do. Working with the universe rather than against it. I want to thank you guys so very much for joining me today and watching this video. I know, like I said, no one really likes the tower. However, the tower has an important message where we're looking at breaking some patterns and getting ourselves going again. I want to thank you guys so very much for joining me today and watching this video. I hope that you found this video fun and helpful, and you're able to gain some insight and direction into what the week is offering you. If you like this video, please remember to give it a thumbs up. It helps me be found on the sea of YouTube, which supports us collectively, starting to raise our vibration and getting ourselves unstuck. And if you did like this video, don't forget to subscribe. There's so much more coming your way, and you don't want to miss any of it. The best way to stay connected so you don't miss out on any of this amazing insight, healing, and education is through subscribing to my channel and hitting that little red bell so you don't miss a video. And also, if you did enjoy this video and want to support me making more, I do have a Patreon page. I have provided a link below, so why not go check it out? Until tomorrow, my Selenite friends. Hello and welcome, my rose quartz friends. This reading is especially for you. Now, like always, I have the full decks of both the tarot and both oracle cards here, so you get the most comprehensive and meaningful reading for you. Without further ado, let's see what the week has in store for my rose quartz friends. What can my rose quartz friends expect from the week? Of March 14th through the 20th. It's hard to believe that we're already in the middle of March. As hard as things can be, and as slow as things seem to go sometimes you take a look at what day it is, and you can't believe that you're halfway through the month. And speaking of which, movement. Well, we're looking at a week where things are going to get up and go. We need that now. We need to have that shift. And like I said in the introduction, we're going to get it. We have the luck of the Irish this week, and we also have that time of change. We're looking at the Spring Equinox coming in. This is a fantastic week to make some meaningful movement. And that's a big part too. We don't want to just move for moving's sake. Sure, sometimes it's nice to get yourself up and moving and getting yourself going. But this week, we want it to be more meaningful, more purposeful. And this week gives you that opportunity. Using this time to your advantage will support you in getting the growth and development that you need, so that this is not just movement for movement's sake. It is intentional, it is purposeful, and meaningful for you. Let's get some more insight here. What should my that one's important. Rose quartz friends focus in on this week. I love this little deck. However, it's just a little too little. I'd like it to be just a little bit bigger, so it's just a little bit easier to handle. It's just a bit too small. I love it. Speak. Magic equals speaking thoughts into form. Say it and witness results. Talk to someone casually. An important insight will emerge. Try saying it in front of a group. That movement, like I said, needs to be meaningful. And we can't just hold onto or just observe this movement, these opportunities. We'll miss them. Part of it is incorporating it into our day, embracing it, and using these opportunities to our advantage. Using our support team to our advantage. Using our words, asking for the support and help that we're going to need. Getting excited by explaining what you're thinking, what it is you want to do. Now, a big part of this, guys, we're not looking at leaps of faith or leaps and bounds. This movement, like I said, it needs to be intentional. Slow, steady movement helps to make greater progression and evolution in you and your journey than those leaps and bounds. Sure, you can get faster to a point with leaps and bounds. However, it's unstable, and our ego likes to claw us back and cause some regression because we don't have the stability and the foundation we need to maintain this movement, to maintain what it is we're trying to achieve. So taking the time, laying that foundation, getting the support we need, getting more information and insight on this movement as we slowly progress forward. That helps with that stability. It helps us maintain that movement. Sure, we have this ostrich and we could kick it into high gear. The exhaustion, the uncertainty, it would start to get to us quite quickly. Whereas if we allow the ostrich to walk casually, enjoying the time, the experience that this situation is offering you, will help you to embrace the opportunities. You don't miss side paths if you're walking in that slow, steady step. However, really easy to do if you run past it. So we need to make some choices, set some intention. And the best way to do that is to be present and mindful of right here and right now. Speaking of which, let's get into this right now. Let's get in and see what the week has in store for you. What can my rose quartz friends expect? Well, that's important. From the beginning of the week. It's kind of fun when it just falls face up. So obviously we have the Ace of Wands. I like to think of the Ace of Wands as that match that's about to be struck and erupt into flames. And that's really what we're looking at the beginning of the week. We're going to see that motivation, that excitement, that passion for what's to come. It's going to erupt and spur us forward. It's going to light our path. Aces and tarot talk about that gift from the universe. Well, we're going to have those aha moments that are going to help give insight and direction to this movement. And it's going to come in at the beginning of the week. It's going to set us up right. Now, one thing that I didn't say in the introduction that is important here is that we have the new moon coming in on Saturday night. So we have that new moon perspective and helping us hash out that direction that we need to go, that insight that we need. So taking some time at the beginning of the week and being open and present to some amazing opportunities. One way that you can connect into this energy is through a meditation that I did with Archangel Christiel. In this meditation, we collaborated together to not only calm your mind and bring you into the present, however, also get some insight into where it is we need to go. The whole meditation is looking at and understanding your pathway forward. Such an important and helpful meditation that will help to kick your week off in a really great way. Now, if you're new to my channel and aren't too sure about the meditation I just mentioned, I have 2 meditative playlists. One is Healing with the Archangels, where of course you're going to find that meditation with Archangel Christiel. The second is a Just You and Me playlist, where it's just that. Just you and me working on a tool or a skill that will support you on your journey. All my meditations are about 30 minutes long. They're a guided meditation, and most importantly, they are free to you to visit and revisit as you need, as will support your greater good. Any and all meditation will help to focus in on your breath and bring you into the present. My meditations support you in adding a little bit more to just that everyday meditation. The beginning of the week, you're going to find Archangel Christiel, who happens to be connected into that lunar energy, will support you in some of that aha that we're looking at and that we're needing for the beginning of the week. So with that aha, let's go into the middle of the week. What can my rose quartz friends expect from the middle of the week? I kind of like the fact that it's a phoenix with the Ace of Wands, because in some ways it does feel like a bit of a rebirth. We have a lot of opportunity this week as, well, not only do we have St. Patrick's Day coming in the middle of the week, but we're rounding the week off with the Spring Equinox, which of course is an amazing opportunity to embrace those emerging aspects and pieces that are going to help you on your journey forward. So this is an amazing week. There's so many opportunities available. The 3 of Cups. So fantastic. Like we said in the Speak card, we need to talk to people, get their insight, their input. Well, some of these ideas, these ahas, you may still be trying to hash out. Getting that insight, that input from your support team will help you to better understand and work with those amazing aha moments. Now, when you're working with your physical support team, make sure that those people that you're talking to are ones that embrace you for you. They're a positive relationship that would give you their honest opinion, rather than trying to conform you and push you into a little box. As, well, sometimes we have individuals in our life that don't understand us, that are dealing with their own stuff and don't want to see us succeed so much. So it's important we're very selective on who we're talking to. If you know you're going to be talking to somebody who may not get or understand what you're talking about, as progression, evolution, and movement can be foreign or scary to them, be mindful about how you take their response. Be critical about it. And I'm not saying being critical of them, just be mindful and look at that information. Use your head, not your heart, to gain the insight you need, not the heartache. No one has time for that. So, on top of our physical support team, of course, we can use our high vibrational support team. That, if you're looking at your high vibrational support team, they are there for your greater good. They would support you and help give you that guidance and direction that you need, helping you to understand these aha moments even more. Now, if you're new to working with your high vibrational support team or haven't really worked with them before at all, I have another meditation that might help you. Back in October of 2020, I brought out a meditative series, there's 3 of them, where we started working with our high vibrational support team. The first one is an introduction to connecting, or also known as channeling. I actually think these might be under 30 minutes, but these short meditative sessions will support you in connecting in with that team, helping you to strengthen your connection with them. Because community is amazing, whether it be on that physical plane or spiritual. And we know this because the cups are an intuitive tool. Yes, it's really easy to have our physical support team with us. That physical connection is extremely important. But so is that intuition and that spiritual support. So in the middle of the week, taking some time to embrace our physical team and our spiritual team to help us gain that path that will support us the most. And of course, we do have St. Patrick's Day. So cheers on St. Patrick's Day. And depending on where you are will depend on your restrictions and whether that be a virtual cheers or, if you can, a physical. You want to keep yourself and that very supportive team safe. What about the end of the week? So we've had our cheers in the middle of the week. What can my rose quartz friends expect from the end of the week? The 7 of Cups. Now, with 7s in tarot, they are a lucky number. However, you need to put a little bit of work into it. We do have the luck of the Irish supporting us and can be brought into the end of the week. Because if you're Irish or have some Irish heritage, you'll know that St. Patrick's Day can and usually does continue on for a couple days after. Now, the 7 of Cups, it is known as the 7 deadly sins. However, it's not so ominous here. We're not going to have to worry about deadly here. We're looking at tools, abilities, and opportunities. At the end of the week, we're going to be presented with a lot of options. And it can be pretty overwhelming as to what option you should take. We're looking at the Spring Equinox coming in. Those emerging skills and abilities are going to start to poke their head up. It can be pretty overwhelming. Know that you're not going to make the wrong choice. The end of the week is about opportunity, about those emerging aspects that we're going to nurture and grow. Any of those emerging aspects that are going to be high vibrational and for your greater good is going to be right. Because each of these emerging aspects are going to bring different learning opportunities, different opportunities to experience and learn from. So, at the end of the week, taking some time, quieting our mind, and I know that can be hard. That's why I brought out all these meditations, to give you added advantage in opening yourself up to all the amazing opportunities that are all around you and be present for you. Another meditation you may find supportive right now, especially at the end of the week, is one I did with Archangel Brachiel. He's a lesser known archangel, but don't think he is lesser than any of them. They're all fantastic. I collaborated with Archangel Brachiel in a meditation where we looked at success and happiness. It's a fantastic meditation to start to shift that tide and bring in and utilize these opportunities to your advantage. Archangel Brachiel is a nice, joyful, happy energy, will help you determine that right course of action. Because again, you're quieting your mind. You're opening yourself up to some amazing intuitive information. Using this time and this week to your advantage. Another advantage I'm going to give you is the challenge. Let's look at what you're going to be facing this week. What challenge will my rose quartz friends face for the week of March 14th through the 20th? The Lovers. Such a fantastic card. Absolutely adore it. So with the Lovers, yes, relationships can get in our way. But the Lovers is much more than just that relationship or that loving connection. Another meaning to the Lovers is communication. Now, it's hard to see, and it actually makes me giggle. And we've got this little cherub up there. In the original card that Pamela Coleman Smith drew, she drew Raphael, Archangel Raphael, not a little cherub. It kind of makes me giggle to think of Archangel Raphael as this little yellow-haired cherub. But Archangel Raphael is also about communication. That need for a healthy communication between others really resonates with me because we have that speak card. Being able to communicate with our physical support team and our spiritual support team. It's going to be a bit disrupted this week. We're going to feel a little bit off kilter because we're going to be so focused in on gaining that direction. We need to slow down and really be mindful of what it is we're trying to say and what other people are trying to say to us. Another meditation that may support you with that communication, of course, is the first meditation I did with Archangel Gabriel, where we worked on communication. And it was communication on both the physical and spiritual. That will not only help you with gaining the direction you want, but help you with any relationship challenges that you're going to face throughout the week. Using the tools that you have right at hand really does give you that advantage. Because knowing communication is going to be a challenge, well, we can take steps to ensure that not only are we mindful of that, but we're slowing down and ensuring that we're catching that stumble before it starts to, well, tumble out of control. So let's look at what other supports I can help you out with this week. Let's get into some blessings. What blessing? Whoa! Can my rose quartz friends embrace for the week of March 14th through the 20th? Magic prayer. Now, prayers can feel magical. However, it's truly us using our words and asking for the help we need. When we set it out in motion through saying, this is what we need, this is what we would like to see, the universe or God or the great creator, whatever you want to label that energetical source that supports us, will help us in taking that course of best action for our specific situation, for our journey. Many times we ask and pray for things that, well, they aren't going to support us in any way. They're not going to be meaningful and can hinder our journey, hinder our experience and our learning. It's important to know that when we ask for things, the universe will not support us in creating more challenge for us. The universe knows we can do that all on our own. It doesn't need the universe's help to get us into more challenge. The universe will only support us for our greater good. So when we ask for something and it's not being responded or we don't feel like it's being filled, reflect in. Make sure that that prayer is for your greater good rather than maybe something more superficial. Know that we signed up for a specific learning experience and that our family and our friends have done so as well. That learning, well, the universe again won't go against what it is we're trying to learn because the universe knows exactly what it is we signed up for. So, that said, it is important that we share what it is we are hoping to fill, what we need. This allows the high vibrational beings to come in and help us. And Archangel Michael is reminding me to remind you guys, we don't pray to the high vibrational beings. We can talk to them, but we don't pray. We don't set out that intention in the same way. Prayer needs to go to that higher energy. We need to be mindful of that hierarchy and be respectful of it. Now with prayer, we don't have to go to church. That's not anything that we need to do. You can pray wherever it is that has meaning for you, in any way that has meaning for you. The most important thing is connecting to that universal or higher vibrational energy and asking for what's sitting heavy in your heart. Because when we start to use our words and say it out loud, we're able to reflect more fully on what it is that's challenging us. Oh, I love this card. Strength. Now, it kind of connects into the Strength card of the tarot deck, but not so much. We're looking at, yes, of course, using our abilities in our own way, but we're looking at ensuring that we're functioning from that grounded, stable energy. Without that stability, we're not going to gain that guidance that we need. There's a lot of intuitional elements in your week. We need that stability, that groundedness, to be open to that insight, to that aha that's going to help us out the most. And then, of course, we can be as creative and dynamic as we truly are, using our skills, our abilities to our advantage to make things look beautiful and amazing. But that groundedness, it's important. I do have a number of grounding meditations in both playlists that will support you in starting to create that stability within yourself and your everyday. And then, of course, you can use some crystals to support you in maintaining that stability throughout your day. So something that is either red or black that resonates with your root chakra will help you with your stability. So something like black tourmaline, jet, or even like a tiger iron will support you with maintaining that stability with you as you go throughout your day. So that stable, that grounded energy will help you to really gain that guidance we need, helping you gain that direction that's going to be meaningful and for your greater good. Let's look at any further insight I can share with you. What further wisdom, guidance, and support can we share with my rose quartz friends for the week of March 14th through the 20th? The Queen of Wands. I love this queen. She's so sassy. Of course, we have that beautiful, vibrant, flaming queen that's full of passion and creativity. We can't forget those elements because our creativity is at the heart of not only this movement, but these aha moments. These aha moments are the Ace of Wands. That flame, that passion. Now we do have an interesting pattern here. We've got that amazing passion creativity, and then we have the intuitive creativity, reminding us of that need for balance. When we have that yin and yang of creativity, well, we're going to be able to create. However, we can't create unless we have that balanced energy within ourselves and our everyday. We can't get carried away with being hyper-focused in on all these opportunities. Because these opportunities, when we start to try and hold on to them hard and heavy, well, they slip away. We need to take the blinders off. We need to slow down. And we need to embrace us so we can start to embrace these opportunities. And the easiest way to do that, of course, is through the creativity. Taking time to participate in those creative endeavors, no matter what they look like for you, because creativity is individual. And we need to embrace our individual heart of hearts, passion flaming creativity. It doesn't matter what it is. If you're able to express you in a way that is meaningful for you, that is your creativity. And boundaries are limitless there. It needs to be meaningful, needs to be high vibrational. And we know that it's high vibrational through the joy, the happiness that it brings us, and it brings others. We don't want to take from others. We want to create and bring forward our amazing passions and our creativities for us, and should we feel confident, for those around us. So, the Queen is encouraging us to embrace that creativity and then own it, make it our own. She is sassy, she is all that and a bag of chips, and we need that same sassy, powerful energy when it comes to embracing us and our creativity. The Chariot, the seventh card in the Major Arcana. connects into that movement card. It also reminds us of that balance that I just called, because in the Chariot, the steeds are always that black and white. So those pillars, that balance is going to be essential in helping us to really tap in to that courage, that determination, and our willpower to push ourselves forward. Because we do have our ego at play, that low vibrational part of ourselves that's going to try and slow us down and derail us. We're going to need our willpower, our courage, and our determination to push through that negative self-talk and some of our limiting beliefs about self. And I've got a couple meditations that can help out with that as well. Of course, I have that wonderful meditation with Archangel Raguel, where we start to balance out our beliefs about self. That's going to help us to limit some of those limiting beliefs we have about us. Another meditation that can help out is, any of the ones I've done with Archangel Chamuel regarding that self-love. Because we can be pretty hard on ourselves. We like to beat ourselves up and slow ourselves down. We can really truly be our own worst nightmare. Oh, how fantastic. The Hanged Man, the 12th card in the Major Arcana, the Let It Go card. Taking that time, being mindful and present for self, and letting go of some of those unneeded burdens. All the meditations that I've been mentioning throughout the entire reading will support you in letting go of some of those burdens, being present for you, and really refueling you to help you move forward in a meaningful way. The Hanged Man wants you to be open to the information, the insight that the universe is trying to share with you. So it's important that we are present for us and these amazing experiences that the week is offering you. I want to thank you guys so very much for joining me today and watching this video. I hope that you found this video fun and helpful, and you're able to gain some insight and direction into what the week is offering you. If you like this video, please remember to give it a thumbs up. It helps me be found on the sea of YouTube, which supports us collectively, starting to raise our vibration and getting ourselves unstuck. And if you did like this video, don't forget to subscribe. There's so much more coming your way, and you don't want to miss any of it. The best way to stay connected so you don't miss out on any of this amazing insight, healing, and education is through subscribing to my channel and hitting that little red bell so you don't miss a video. And also, if you did enjoy this video and want to support me making more, I do have a Patreon page. I have provided a link below, so why not go check it out? Until tomorrow, my rose quartz friends.